Okay, so I know it's been about 4 or 5 months since I last did a video on my dreads. I think the last one I did, they were 6 months old, and they will be a year old in like 3 weeks. So it's pretty exciting. I can't believe I made it a year, and yeah, I don't think I could imagine not having my dreads. I did dye them. They're red now. I tend to change the color quite frequently. But somebody asked me how I do my root maintenance, so I have not done it in quite a while. So I'm just going to show you how I do my roots and everything like that real quick. Yeah, so when I do my roots, I make sure that I wash them and dry them thoroughly before I do any kind of touch of my root, because one time I spent like 4 hours really cleaning up my roots, and then I washed my hair the next day and it didn't have enough time to dread up, so I lost all that and I had to redo it, and it was a real pain in the ass. So make sure that your hair is super clean, and after you do your roots, then wait like however often you wash your hair. Like I wash mine like once every week, once every 10 days, something like that, and that should be plenty of time for the roots to dread up pretty nicely, because I don't really do too much on my roots. I personally just don't like super tight roots on the dreads, just because I like my hair to be like this, and I like to go like this and wave them around like I'm some kind of, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah. So the way that I start, I have like all this loose hair. So I usually just pick whatever way I wanna put it. So let me see where this is backwards. So what I do is like, yeah. So this is like. So I pick out the hairs that I want to keep out, because I do like having some loose hairs. I'll do one on the top. Ah, I'm backwards. This is weird. I'm like looking at myself in the opposite, and I don't like it. Okay, so I'll do one on the top. I'll do this guy right here. Okay, so like all this loose hair that's around him, I want all that hair. So I make sure that I pull all that. Then I make sure I get all the hair on the side. And then I make sure that none of them are starting to mat together. Like, if you can see, like, see all the little hairs? Like, they're all matted together. Don't mind my fucking roots either. They need to be done. So I just make sure that they're not, like, there's really no loose hairs, that they're not starting to mat. And, like, this little guy, like, I'll put that in there. So I just make sure that I have them all pulled back tight, like that. And then what I do is, from the root, is I smooth out the little hairs with it into the dread. And then I pinch right at the root. And then I take my crochet hook. You want to use like the smallest one. It's 0.9 millimeters. And it's like $1. Yeah. So you just get one of these. And then I don't really hold it any particular way. I just take it and I just slide it through my fingers like this. Nice and gently. I don't really yank it too much. And you'll see it's starting to tighten up. So now you see over here, it's like, so then I give it a little twist and do it again. And I just make sure that I keep pulling those little hairs and twisting them around the root of the dread. And then I accidentally got some of my bangs in there, so I'm just going to quickly shove that in there. just so it doesn't start attaching to other dreads, and then you have a big matted mess, which has happened. And yeah, so now you can see it's a little bit tighter and looks a lot cleaner. So that's one. I'll do another one. Yeah, this is usually what happens to my dreads after I do it. They tend to stick out all over the place, which is fine with me. I like big hair, so. But to fix, if that happens, I just twist it one more time and then give it a little more crochet hook and twist it down. And that's it. So then, I'll do another one. Do this giant guy right here, because I can never seem to like, he's a big fatty, and you can see that that root is like huge, and this is where the dread starts. So all this is undreaded. So what I do with him is I do the same thing. As I take my fingers, I wrap it around, give it a little twist, and I crochet hook. Making sure that, and I don't really crochet hook too much, just because I don't like the feeling of my hair being ripped, and yeah, I just don't think it's worth the headache. I mean, my roots are fine, you know, being a little bit loose. They don't need to be super, super tight on my head. But I just make sure that I am smoothing those hairs up into it before I crochet hook. And then I just make sure that I'm doing all the edges to pull them in. And I give it another little twist. See? It's a little, well, there's a little loop on that side, but again, twist it up, and then I stick the crochet hook in, and it pulls it all in. Yep, and there you go. And there's that one. All nicely done. And then, so, alright, so I'll show you. I'm like discombobulated right now. This one's a little bit over here. I give up. Anyway, okay, so that is all I do. I prefer to have my dreads a hot mess. I don't even care. But that's how I clean up all my little hairs and everything like that. Yep, just smoothing, a little bit of a crochet hook. I personally don't like them super tight, like I said, because I don't know. I've never had nice, neat hair, and it fucking hurts. I'm not gonna lie. Like, when you tighten your hair like that, like, it's fucking retarded. I would never subject myself to that kind of pain. But I do that about, well, I'm pretty lazy, so maybe like once every 2 months, depending on how fast your hair grows. Yeah, so hope that helped. And yeah, I think the next video I'll make is when I do my roots, because look at them bad boys. Oh yeah. It's disgusting. Okay, so